Welcome to Take a Break with History, an educational series from Abraham Lincoln Bookshop in Chicago. Take a Break with History has been produced periodically since March of 2020 and is currently, as of 2025, presented on the first and third Fridays of each month as a live stream on the Facebook account of Abraham Lincoln Bookshop. Each episode explores books, documents, or artifacts that are part of our inventory and part of the historical legacy of President Abraham Lincoln and the U.S. Civil War. Learn more about our shop and about the material featured on this program at alincolnbookshop.com. That's alincolnbookshop.com. We hope you enjoy Take a Break with History from Abraham Lincoln Bookshop in Chicago. If it's on our shelves, it's history.
I'm Daniel Weinberg, and I'm at home, just like you are. So we're coming to you, as always, here at 1 p.m. Central Time. We appreciate your being here. I'm bringing you on a historical journey with new artifacts every day, so you can take a break with history. And of course, you're on Facebook, so please shout out to us, comments, like, share. I do want to shout out, though, to the Manuscript Society members who are watching us. If you go to manuscript.org, you can see what the Manuscript Society is all about. They all have a love for the written word that drives their members. All are passionate students of history revealed in manuscripts. Well, today I have something that I've never seen on the open market before. And it's an invitation to be on the inaugural train with Abraham Lincoln. This one for a specific date, February 14th. And here it is. It's on a special train to participate in the courtesies extended to Honorable Abraham Lincoln, President-elect, by the Pittsburgh, Columbus, and Cincinnati Railroad Company from Columbus to Pittsburgh, 14th February, 1861. It's 4 3/4 by 3 inches. Here is the route that it's taking. And you can see this is the part that this particular pass was for. So the interesting thing is that, first of all, there is no name attached to it. So I think it must have been an extra one that was laying around afterwards and was kept as a souvenir by someone. Maybe because, and why they're so scarce is that maybe because they were all collected on the train, so they couldn't be reused or whatever. Because on the back, they were worried about forgeries for this, and they had an anti-forgery device on there. And this is all printed by the American Banknote Company. Now, interestingly, the American Banknote Company also gave Lincoln 5 engravings of himself, all beardless, that he took on the train with him. He didn't really know what to do, and I think all of them were used, in other words, signed and given away while they were still in Indiana, because the one went to the engineer of the train. I had that once. One went to the guy who owned the tracks to Indianapolis and beyond. I also had that one at some point, and there were others also given out. You have to be careful with those, though, because they could be forged. I just saw one. Now, the person who signed this was William S. Wood. Before the Civil War, he was an hotel manager and a railroad official, but at the suggestion of New York Senator William Seward, you all know him, Wood was chosen to supervise the President-elect's train trip from Springfield to Washington in February of '61. And his word was law, by the way. He was really strict about who did and who did not get on that train. He got some people off. And then when he got into Washington, Lincoln appointed him the interim commissioner of public buildings. Now, 2 scandals broke out about Wood. One, because of the American Banknote Company, that was just given the printing job. No one else was consulted. No other company got a chance to compete. Maybe the second one that's more interesting is that he and Mary Lincoln became fodder for gossip when the two took trips together to New York in order to purchase furnishings for the executive mansion. He was the commissioner of public buildings, after all. So rumors circulated there may have been an affair. These rumors actually got to Lincoln kind of anonymously. And Speaker of the House, Schuyler Colfax, said that, well, they scarcely spoke for 3 days. If you want to hear a bit more about that, go to MrLincoln'sWhiteHouse.org. We'll give you more information about that. So, was this signed by a future lover of Mary Lincoln? Ward Lamon defended Mrs. Lincoln, saying she was a thoroughly good woman. She was just imprudent. Well, all right. The second piece that we have today is an affixed to seal document, signed a full Abraham Lincoln right here as President, Washington, 21st of March, 1862, and it's on light blue-gray paper. This was an affixed to seal document, was used by presidents before Lincoln and after to authorize something for the seal to be on some sort of a document. In this case, a power authorizing Norman B. Judd, envoy extraordinary and minister plenipotentiary at Berlin, to exchange the ratifications of the treaty with Hanover for the abolition of the Stadtdues. This treaty was to facilitate commerce between the two. The Stadtdues were tolls taken for boats to navigate the Elbe River. A contemporary pencil endorsement, by the way, on the verso states 21 March 62, full power, Berlin. Now, James Cornelius and I, late of the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum, and a good friend, he and I once sat down to try to determine how many full signatures Lincoln wrote. And so between official documents like military commissions, there were 20,000 of those, and naval commissions and appointments of all sorts from various departments, and of course Emancipation proclamations and other things, we came up with about 35,000 times he actually wrote out a full Abraham Lincoln. Now, Norman Judd, who was on here, was a close political associate of Lincoln. He lived from 1815 to 1878, and Lincoln invited him onto the inaugural train, one of the few friends who were on the train the entire way. Now, Judd had played a key role, along with Ward Lamon and also Allan Pinkerton, in getting the president-elect's train rerouted, the itinerary changed to foil rumored assassination attempts. Judd was also an important strategist at the Lincoln-Douglas debates, and he was vital in propelling Lincoln to national stardom at the success he had at the Wigwam, getting him nominated. Judd is credited with bringing the Republican nomination to Chicago, home court for Lincoln, but at the same time it's also a neutral site for his rivals. None of them thought Lincoln was going to be nominated, so they all thought, okay, Chicago's a good place we can all go to. Also, Judd was credited with the seating chart of seating all of Lincoln's rivals way at the back of the convention hall. Now, he could have been a cabinet member, but both Mary Lincoln and David Davis did not like him or trust him. He had been a Democrat before he turned Republican. So the two of them especially kind of made sure he didn't become a cabinet member. But as we see here, he was appointed a minister plenipotentiary, and he served from March 6th of 1861 to 1865. Before I go to the books that we always suggest for our artifacts, I want to show you one very quickly, just because I have it, and I kind of enjoy it. So I'll put it down here, and this is a clipped autograph endorsement signed by Lincoln in November of 61, but it's at the end of a patriotic envelope. And you can see an eagle and shield showing through Lincoln's signature. You may not be able to see it with our camera, but it's there, and I'll have it on our website shortly. Fascinating to see patriotism come through Lincoln's signature. Now, so the books that we have on our web for this, so you can continue to indulge your hobby, are one, The Lincoln Inaugural Train by Scott Trustle. It's really a good book. and I think you might enjoy this. It has a lot of information that you may not know, and good maps and statistics and things you might like to see in a book. This is actually, I see, $34.95 and worth every penny. The other two books that we have are Harold Holzer's Lincoln, President-Elect, because that's what we're talking about in this invitation. That's the time period for this. And of course, Judd was there the entire time. And this one is the first edition signed at $30. And the other is Bill Harris's Lincoln's Rise to the Presidency. Beautiful copy in gorgeous condition. And this one I don't think is signed. Let me take a quick look. I don't think so. No, but we have it at $45. It is a first. So you might enjoy this book as well. All of our artifacts are on the website, as I say, and you can also look for our extra value items on the site. That's going to continue to change and evolve. We had a great day yesterday with many of those extra value books. People kind of sopped them up. So there's still some left, so please go and look. And you can watch our past House Divided interviews. They're all on our YouTube channel, Abraham Lincoln Bookshop. And so please go there and watch those. We have tons of those while you're sitting at home and need something to do. So thank you for joining Take a Break with History.